Welcome to the Jimdo edition of Starting Your Free Website Reviews with Tom Walker of WalkerCommunication.com. I want to go right into my little chart here that I've been working with. I've got about a half dozen systems that I've been reviewing, and my secret weapon off in the far right column with the white. I want you to come to my YouTube channel or my website to find out a little bit more about that. But the highlighted one, Jimdo, the green things are good, the little red circles are maybe not so good. The ease of use of Jimdo is very good. You won't have any problem learning how to get around with it. But right away I'm forced to take a look at some things that are maybe not so good. The ads are really, I would classify them as very intrusive. They're up in the body of the website on the sidebar, and they're actually fairly sizable. You have to pay to get rid of them, and I would classify it as fairly ruinous. It's really intrusive. So a strong negative for Jimdo. Otherwise, a very good system, by the way. The backups are not available. That's something you have to worry about maybe. And at the bottom I have a commentary about the upgrade path. You'll notice that I still have 2 stars. It's not the worst or anything, but their upgrades are a little bit more expensive than some of the others, so that kind of might put people off a little bit. And if you're going to be doing something with your website over time, you're probably going to be doing some upgrades. And the statistics here, all the other systems have some statistics for free, but not Jimdo. They charge that as an upgrade. And with all those kind of notes said, let's jump in and take a look at how it works. All right, we'll jump right into Jimdo. This is their homepage, and creating a website is really simple. You start off immediately by choosing what name you want, .jimdo.com, and putting in your email address, and you'll get started right away. We'll jump right into a couple of things. They do have an easy comparison chart. I'm going to scroll over here a little bit and then scroll down. This is the $5 a month plan and the $15 a month plan compared to the freebie. And the chart is kind of big, so all the stuff over on the left is kind of hard to see at one time unless you maximize your browser, but it'll give you a direct comparison. This is a site that I've put together in here, and you can see as I begin to scroll over everything, the menu, this text box, or the header, little controls begin to show up. And over here on the side, we've got a number of controls in a panel. That panel can be set out of the way just so it's not intrusive while you're working, and it's always available up here in the top right. Let's take a look at how some of these elements work, because they're each one a little different. In the header, I've replaced the image, but I could choose one out of their image library. I chose to upload a custom photo. You don't even need a photo. You can just put a pattern in there or nothing, leave it blank, like a gradation or something, and you can colorize it. I just made it red so you could see it, but you could make it blue very quickly. You can put text over the top. Let's say Jimdo test, and you can control the style of the text. You can control how big it is, and it's not drag and drop. You have to use these little slider controls, but you could move it around and position it the way you want. Let's say we line it up sort of. Well, I don't even want anything there because I've got my own thing, so I'll just leave that alone. The logo, to put a logo in here, is actually an upgrade, which really kind of doesn't make much sense to me, because if you can upload your own image into the background, you could put your logo on the image. But for some reason, putting a logo in here, it is an upgrade. The settings in here are for moving the image around in the background of your header. You can set the height. You can actually zoom into the image. If I move the slider across, it just zooms right in. And once again, these little sliders move the image around. I'm going to escape that. I'm not going to use it, but it's pretty powerful. You can do that with any image you like. I'll scroll back up here. The navigation is a little bit different set of controls, but it's also very intuitive. It's very easy. You can reorder your navigation by saying, let's say we want the blog to be closer to the top of the list. We just keep moving it up or moving it down to where we want it to be. You can put in new pages, delete pages, and even just hide them from the navigation. You can move these into sub-levels. As you can see, that videos is under links right now. And if I move my mouse over this box, this is a little bit different kind of element. This is a text plus photo box. So when I click in here to edit it, it doesn't just start editing. It threw me down the page. The program actually did that on its own. It's not a click in the actual text and edit it, what you see is what you get kind of editor. It's a separate box down below, and now I can edit this stuff with word processing kind of controls across here in the edit text part of the control. And if I want to do anything with the image, I have to click on the image part of the controls. I can align it, change the size. I actually can rotate the image as well. So it's got a couple of nice features. It's just not what you see is what you get, WYSIWYG kind of thing. And as with all these things, you would save your changes and close out of that. Also, by the way, down at the bottom of your site, there's an easy way to print it. Go to the sitemap. You can log in for yourself, or you can preview what it is in going to be in a browser. It's an instant kind of a view thing. This set of controls is really well laid out, very intuitive. For layout, if you click on that, you'll get some additional site layout types, some templates. They do have some special templates that are also free, kind of special purpose. They have kind of a collection of those, a little more designed, a little more artistic or whatever. They also do have up at the top upgrade templates. And then under settings, there's not really a lot. This is just where you set the alignment of where on the page your stuff sits, left to right, whether or not there's a little bit of space around it, and whether or not your content area has a border. Over here in the style section, this is also very easy to control. It controls your backgrounds. It also has presets. You can go in here and choose, well, I like this theme of type, or I think I like this a little better. It'll just change for you and show you a different style. And even within that, you can change the fonts, the size, color, so forth, and you can change the color of your links and even the style of a horizontal line. This horizontal line over here, for instance, if we make everything into a dash, there it is. So everything is pretty intuitive in that sense. It's just really straightforward. It's very easy to install a blog and get it going. I installed one here and it took just a couple of minutes. Friends is other people within the Jimdo system. You can send a friend request to people within that system. There's more than 1 million people in Jimdo. It's a pretty good sized system, so that's kind of nice, and you can send them messages back and forth. And of course, they'll also always want you to be aware of the upgrade packages, so they include some more stuff about that here. This is a good place to look in the settings. It's very well laid out. This is your email stuff, your user profile. A good feature here is that you can set what language it is, and Jimdo is very flexible about languages, native language capability. You can edit the header, which means that you can put meta tags into your header, or you can change the fave icon, which is kind of nice. You can password protect areas, I think. Yep, you can just assign them. It's very easy. It doesn't require an upgrade. You can change your login, and there are several parts of search engine submissions that are free that aren't an upgrade. The analytics package is an upgrade, but the Google Analytics stuff is free, so you can plug that in right there. That's already set up. Under tools, there's not really a lot. There's the ability to upload Flash or to tie to a couple of things, and one of the good ones at the bottom here is Facebook. Let me go back to the settings. At the bottom of the settings, we have a couple more things. There's forms, a little tell a friend kind of a thing, and you can turn off your blog, rename your blog, and then all down here is e-commerce stuff. So that's pretty well set up, ready to go. So all told, that's a really intuitive set of global settings for things. The statistics is immediately an upgrade, but right at the top, they don't require you to spend money in order to get good statistics. You can use Google Analytics, and it tells you about that right there at the top. So that's a pretty easy way to get that done. And the help thing, there's not a lot in the help area, but the system is so simple that they don't really need a lot of help. It's very well put together in that sense. So all in all, it's a very good and recommendable system, with one glaring exception, which is this free version advertising space. The the ads are intrusive. They're in a place that you really can't get rid of them. It's not down at the bottom of the page like most other providers would have them down here. It's up in the sidebar in a you can't escape it kind of a place. They really, really, really want you to upgrade. So with that said, it's still a good system. It's worth experimenting with, and if you decide to stick with something, it would be worth the upgrade from there. And there you have a short version of looking at how Jimdo works. It's a highly recommendable system. So thanks for coming by and taking a look, and be sure and check out our other reviews in the Starting Your Free Website series. Plus, of course, come to our YouTube channel or walkercommunication.com for more educational materials. And please contact us to find out more about how we can help you build your website. We'd be happy to help you with your graphics or actually help you build your site. Thanks and have a great day.